Let's do the guitar track over. The guitar track's a little soft on energy. always enjoy listening to the bass line, and that drumming again was a little dowsing, but more so I had never, figured out any drums to it. Plus, I lack a lot of practice on the drums, so it had a very, I guess, what people call like a white knuckle feel. It was like hang on, like, oh yeah, I missed that step. I'll catch it on the next time around, which, you know, kind of sounds raw, and the energy is very high, but the way I've got it mixed is a little muddy. I want a little more separation uh, and clarity on each part without, completely separating it. So I have to mess around with the mix a little bit because there's some phasing, similar frequencies and stuff. But it'd be nice to like have that bass line pumping through nice and crisp without overpowering the guitar. The guitar is a little squashy sounding. Somebody was messing with the electromagnetic field and the voltages and shouting things into my wall and being negative, and I don't know what they were doing, but this was an all around bad vibe. Again, starting with, a less than solid track, but the energy level on the other two instruments, even with the sloppiness of the drums, yeah, it's very high energy. I think it sounds very high energy. It doesn't just sound like, like a canned so-called blues scale, bo do da da do do bo do da dee da do do. It's more like bo do da dee da dong dee dee da do 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 bo do da dee da da bo do 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 da do 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 bo do da. And it was like I was literally like, you know, allowing it to be sloppy and kind of like sweating for it a little bit, but like there's just a lot of bad energy around here. It's not like overall good vibes, so it's hard to create good feeling music. But I wouldn't say I'm proud of it, but like I kind of like the rawness, like that white knucklingness of the the amateurness of, let me figure out how to play drums at the same time whilst learning these parts kind of sound on fast changes and it kind of sounds fun, like it's not perfect and that sounds fun, and the bass is very bright and distorted and flubby and landing on the frets and barely reaching and walking hard like this, like like I kind of like that. I just want to get the muddiness out of there. It probably has to do with the guitar track. If I could get a little more narrowed, maybe not narrowed, but I don't like what the people call stereo. Like they call that stereo when everything's the same on both sides. It's like, no, that's not stereo. It's just like, yeah, it is like butterfly wings, but to me, stereo is like anything where if you didn't have both speakers, you won't hear the whole thing. It's like when I go outside, I don't hear two cars coming from the opposite direction, like get the same sound at the same time. It's like there's one coming this way and there's one honking the horn and going up the hill that way, and it's stereo, but it's different on each side. It's not the same. And things aren't centered. Although, I try to create like or I'm trying to learn to like create like a center feel with whilst not putting anything at all, nothing at all in the center. That's what I was thinking about. Anyway, I want to share with my children. There's a lot of negativity, so I won't get into all that. I saw my daughter at the Speedway Market. If you ever see this, I saw you. I love you. I know you remembered me. I would never hurt you. Um, I didn't know what to do except, to let you know that I recognized you. Um, it's very hurtful. It's a very hard thing, difficult thing. So yeah, that's what I was messing around with, trying to keep the hopeful energies up. I can't say positive energies because it's just like, sometimes there's just a lot grinding away and grating away at one's confidence. But you know, to do things that are conducive, introspective, and um, I don't know if I'd use the word interesting, but probably like um, engrossing. Something to get engrossed in that's healthy and useful. I mean, I'm like learning how to play music whilst learning how to mix, whilst learning how to not care that it's imperfect. And I don't agree with everything everyone says, but I remember this one guy told me, "Stop touching it, you're gonna squeeze the life out of it." And I was like, "But it's horrible." He's like, "Yeah, I know, leave it alone. It's rock and roll, don't touch it. It sounds good, the energy is good." And I was like, "For real, for real?" And it was once said in, meditation or thought process, or a little bit of a collective meditation, that uh, you know my music was horrible, and then it was said, "No, no, no, it's terrible." I was like, "Yeah, that's true. I guess that's better than horrible. you know Horrible wouldn't be any good. So yeah, yeah, the guitar's not clear enough, and the way I was chucking it was not quite the feel I want. I kind of want that tic tac sticking off the strings. And now listen back to the drums and the bass guitar. Maybe I don't know if I'll do a thummy track, but something more gentle up on the neck with a little bit of a brighter sound on the guitar over top of it, and then make that more dominant, and then kind of use the others for the so-called stereo spread and ambience, so it doesn't sound so thin, but kind of keep a little bit brighter of a more of a dowsing, more of a dowsing. What can I have here that I could demonstrate dowsing with, right? More of a dowsing. Can't do it with those. More of a dowsing against the bass and the drum track, and you know now that the energy levels are there, I was more the energy levels on the bass and the drums. Like I said, the amateurness and the rawness of the drums. I was like, "Don't you dare touch that!" Said to myself, "Don't touch that. Leave it alone. It is terrible. Leave it alone. Don't touch it." And then like the bass was the same thing, but I did it a couple times, and I said, "You know what? That one's better. That one's like even more white knuckle, and sloppy. Not sloppy, but like, really trying really hard, difficultly." But the bass and the drums were more so overdoing what I wasn't hearing that I meant to do on the guitar in the first place, while still following with the drums because I'd never rightly played it, um, and certainly, don't know how to play the drums very well, which kind of was advantageous on what I'm hearing there. Because I would never capture that again once I learn all my rudiments and fills and connections, and no longer lack any knowledge to any huge degree on the drums. I will never be able to capture that feeling again of like, which is like kind of like the rock and roll of it. So I miss my children. I miss you, and I love you very much. That's all I have to say about that. uh, that's one's my favorite shirt. It's not bad. It's just got a couple buttons at the top. Fits kind of good. I like it. Let's see. Hold on. Let me take this off of here without turning it off. Let's see which picture. Which picture? There's the girl with the light up shoes. The girl with the light up shoes. Can you see it in the screen there? Yeah. This is Chuck E. Cheese. Like one would be like Rembrandt. One would be, whatever the different art styles were. That was the little girl with the light up shoes. I don't know what name she's going by now. She's my daughter. Stop making knocking noises in my home. People harass me constantly here. It's very frustrating. Constant harassment and bullying. It's bullying. Anyway, I love you.